And speaking of being on the right side of history, let's do it, Phil. You know we still got a motherfucking show to do.
We got a show to do,
flight
G.
attendant who smuggled heroin into Australia, jailed for more than 9 years. Man, God, that's quite a package they stuck in there. Jesus.
How did
it
they
is.
not get caught sooner?
I mean, now, what about this? Now, let me ask you this, Sanu. What if it was like a female to male trans dude, right? So no actual penis, but dressed like a man, acting like a man. You could put a fake penis.
Malaysia so far.
It does sound like Malaysia so far. You could put a fake heroin penis in there, and maybe nobody would say shit. You know
Nobody
what I
would
mean?
be any the wiser. It just looks like your bulge, man.
They would be none the wiser.
I think what they found out was that they're like, why is this bitch doing the Jerry Nadler shit himself walk? What's going on?
All I know is that Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Yeah,
That
that's.
bitch got drugs in her snatch.
That's right, man. Just, goddamn, you don't want
Couldn't,
that.
couldn't do
mother-
a better tuck job, though. Seriously.
I mean, maybe
That thing
she
is just
wanted it to
out
look
there.
like a big-ass package, dude. You know, it's very
That's what it
eggplantish.
does.
Very
It does look like
eggplantish.
trying to score those Tinder dates, I
You
guess.
got an aubergine down there? You just happy to see me. What's up?
Right, exactly.
It's an
Nano
aubergine.
Doctor has resubscribed with Prime for the 3rd month. Says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves and never comes back. That's not bad, man.
Ouch.
You know, it's tough to say. Now, I will say, if you're in a scenario where you're looking to transition to whatever from whatever, or whatever it is you want to do, man, there's a lot of directions that can go. Stuffing heroin in your pants is not always the best option, but some people do it. Now, when I see stuff like this, and you often hear the cries of people in this scenario begging to alter science, right, in order to suggest that previous science was only a social construct, if you will. It's not real, right?
Trying to make them look like stupid science bitches again.
Look like a bitch again. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't give a fuck if people are trained, you want to fly, whatever. That's your business, man. But I don't know why that necessitates me to change proven science that I've stood by for all of these years. And wherever you fall on that issue, that's fine. But one thing I do want to bring into account here, and this goes back a long way to an old bit that I had called HBI. Some of you out there might be familiar with HBI. That's homosexual, bisexual, intersex. I did it was kind of a little bit of a pastiche, if you will, to my favorite comedian, George Carlin. He had a bit long ago about the 10 Commandments, and he said that it was bloated and unnecessary, and there was a way to come up with a new list that would work better and be more concise, and it just was a really great bit. He went through them one by one. Well, I did a similar bit where I took the alphabet soup, you know, LGBTQIS. There was a 2 in there at that point.
There's a plus, I think, right?
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff at that. You know, it changes over
Symbol for
time.
manganese.
Right. Manganese. And we pulled it apart and kind of looked at what's real, what's not, what's coddling, what isn't, what's necessary, what isn't, and what we came up with was HBI. And one of the I in that scenario stands for intersex. Now, if you don't know what intersex is, that's a result of mosaic genetics, and humans or really other animals can have it as well. And that's where you find actual people that are not female or male, and that's what we used to call hermaphrodites. I know the disease is still called hermaphroditism or dietism or whatever, but I've also heard hermaphrodites a slur now. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I thought it was a scientific term. I couldn't tell you.
Right?
But what I will say is that group, the I's, they're the ones that have the actual legit scientific claim to whatever. Realistically, I don't think they even have to be in the LGBT group at all. They could have their own group, really.
Yeah.
You know, they're their own thing.
Because they really are a scientific anomaly, you know?
They are. But I'll tell you, in all likelihood, the reason that it's not that way is because you very rarely hear those people speaking up about it. Because if it were me, if I were in that scenario, honestly, shit like that ain't everybody's fucking business. And I'd rather just go on with my goddamn life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that many of those people feel that way. If you're not familiar with mosaic genetics, it can happen all over the animal kingdom. Let's take a look here real quick if we can. Biologists find spectacular bird that's both male and female split down the middle. Now, it's very interesting. In this species, they either come out pink for female or orange for male. This one has both. They're working on blood tests. He does not have both genitalia, but he has both sets of genes. It would be similar to hermaphroditism that you would find in humans. But it's very strange how it can happen in the animal kingdom, particularly when they have a more visually significant coat, feathers, fur, that kind of thing, where we just have skin, of course. And like I say, it's not just birds. It can happen all over the place. You may have seen some of these guys before. Look at this cat right here. That's mosaic genetics.
I had never seen a cat like that before today.
Really?
What?
No shit,
I had
man.
never seen a cat that was split down the middle like that.
yeah.
It's a viper cat.
It's a viper cat. He's got heterochromia. Yeah, it's strange. I feel like the dead split like this, you really only see cats that look like that. I don't think I've ever seen a dog that looks this way. It's hard to say, man. But it is very interesting how it really does, the genetic differences, not only in this cat, but in this bird as well. Whoops, that's the dick. In this bird as well, are both literally split down the middle of the body. I mean, what does that say about developmental mitosis and where this genetic anomaly occurs in the development and gestation stages? You know what I mean?
You know what kind of numbers I would like to see on that? I would like to see what the left side and right side end up being more often. Like, is the left side the more female side? Is the right side the more male side? Is that
I see what you
common?
mean.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I wonder if it has to do with brain development and chemicals reactions that occur there. Like I say, I'm not biologist enough to have the answers
can't even
on this,
say
of
it.
course. I just think it's very interesting, and with such a perfect split between the two setups there. You know, it's rare, but it's not just cats. Let's take a look at an example of this occurring in humans. Now, you hate to see it, guys. It's tough, but every great once in a while, a human will be split directly down the middle and have mosaic genetics. And I think what I'm implying here today is that Will Forte should be in the intersex category.
He's an eye. Yeah.
I'm not a criminal. I'm an artist working in an unpopular medium. Can I just speak to you? I mean, really speak to you like man to man. I've known you for a long time, William. And I know about your penchant for